So one of the most common questions our HVAC technicians get while out on a demand service call is, do you think we ought to look at repairing the system or replacing it? It's a great question, and there's a few different variables that can go into whether or not repairing or replacing it might be a better option for you. So some of the factors that are going to go into whether or not it's a good idea to look at replacement or repairing of a system are going to be the age, whether or not that system has had regular maintenance done on it, how happy you are with the system that you currently have, and how long are you planning on living in the home. So let's start with the first one, the age of the equipment. In our area, 10 to 15 years is pretty average for the lifetime of a system. So if you've got a system that's pushing that 8, 9, 10 years old, and the repair cost that you're looking at is going to be a major repair, say it's replacing a compressor, replacing an evaporator coil, replacing a condenser coil. Those are all major components of your HVAC system, which means they're not going to be cheap to replace. It's probably going to be looking in your best interest to go ahead and replace the system rather than repairing it. It's kind of like having a car with 200,000 miles and the engine goes out on it. The odds of you putting a brand new engine in a vehicle that has 200,000 miles on it are really low, because the chances of something else breaking down on that vehicle are really high at that point. It's the same thing with your HVAC system. You're going to be looking at having a lot more breakdowns coming down the pipeline if you repair that expensive part rather than replacing it for something that's got warranties. It's more efficient and it's going to keep you more comfortable. Another factor that I don't think a lot of people think about when they're weighing out that repair versus replacement option is, how happy are you with your current system? Are you having a lot of hot and cold spots in your house where you have rooms that never seem to get to the right temperature? Does your system seem to struggle a lot when it's really hot outside? It can't get the temperature down, or when it's really cold, it doesn't seem to be able to keep it warm enough? On a replacement system, you're going to be able to choose how efficient the system is. We can make sure the system is the right size for your home. Ductwork issues, if you have ductwork that needs to be cleaned, if you need to have any kind of indoor air quality air purifiers added to the system, that's all something we can do when we replace the system. So the last option that I would consider someone to think about is, how long do you plan on living in the home? If this is your forever home, if this is a house you see yourself being in the next 5, 10, 15 years, all you're going to be doing if you decide to replace a system is just extending the comfort that you're going to be having inside that home. If you're planning on selling the home the next 6 months to a year, maybe repair is a better option. But if you are planning on living in the home for more than a year, maybe a few years, I would definitely recommend looking at replacement over repair. Ultimately, to repair or replace your HVAC system is your decision. If you have any questions or would like any clarity, please give us a call. We'd be happy to walk you through that process.